Oh, I've slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies of laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of, wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark nor eagle flew, and while with silent lifting mind I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. Being an Air Force pilot means you're part of the most lethal fighting force on the planet, and being a pilot puts you at the tip end of the spear. But before you can slip the surly bonds of operational activities, there's practice, practice, and practice. Undergraduate pilot training is 52 weeks of academic and physical demands. Before you can ever touch an airplane, you have to learn numerous skills. There's learning how to position your body in order to safely eject from the aircraft. A pilot must properly execute a PLF, or parachute landing fall. Pilots have to learn to escape or egress from the cockpit on the ground in case of an emergency. Then there's this. It's the exercise of pulling you behind a truck while strapped to a parachute and then cutting you loose to fall to the ground like a brick. These parachutes are not the sleek, maneuverable ones like you see when someone lands in the middle of an athletic field. This apparatus's goal is for you to land with most of your body intact. Then there's the altitude chamber. Pilots must familiarize themselves with the effects of altitude on their body. Hypoxia is one of the effects. It's when your body is deprived of oxygen. It can begin to affect you when the cabin pressure of an aircraft reaches 8,000 feet or more. The most common symptoms are shortness of breath, cyanosis, which is the bluish-purple coloring of the skin, rapid breathing, increased heart rate, mental confusion, and loss of consciousness. When a pilot recognizes these issues, donning supplemental oxygen immediately is the key to survival. Unattended symptoms can result in a loss of consciousness in 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and a loss of consciousness means death for a pilot. During flight school, I was the volunteer to demonstrate what happens when hypoxia goes unaddressed. Watch and listen to the progression.
Dive. Level off. How do you feel, sir?
I'm to pan a little bit.
Okay, starting to pan a little bit, a little hyperventilation. Bank right. Level off.
A little dizzy.
A little dizzy. Dive. Level off.
Everything's getting a little fuzzy.
Okay, look at his chest there, how he's heaving, trying to draw in what's not there. Climb, 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 climb. Oh boy, almost to midair. Dive. Dive. Level off. Dive again. Level off. Bank right. Bank right. Level off. Bank left. Go ahead, talk to me. How do you feel, sir?
A little fuzzy.
A little fuzzy. Look at the expression on his face. Pull it up, pull it up. You're going in the ground. Level off, level off. Don't want to stall it out. Bank right, bank right, bank right. Pull it up. Your nose is slipping. Your nose is falling. Your nose is falling. Look at his legs. How do you feel, sir? Is this a functional individual? Hook your mask up. Hook your mask up or you're going to die. Hook your mask up. Look at the cyanosis. Hook your mask up, sir. Hook your mask up. Look at his legs. Hook your mask up. Go ahead and put his mask on. Now watch what he does immediately. Look at him standing up, going everywhere. Sit down, sit down. Look at that. That's a great reaction. Just hold him there, Ernie. Okay, climb. Have a seat and climb. Have a seat. Climb, climb, climb. Level off, level off. It's going to stall. Dive. Level off. Open your eyes, open your eyes. You can't fly with your eyes closed. How you doing? Just talk to me. How you doing?
Tingling.
Tingle a little bit?
Just have to get your eyes open.
Okay.
Heaving.
Okay. Do you need any oxygen yet, sir?
I'm a little delayed with my reaction, so I think I probably need some.
Okay, you go ahead and put your mask on at this time, all right? Son of a gun. Automatic equipment. Okay, you can put your arms down, sir. That was outstanding. You got to see the tape to see what you did. You're not going. I've never seen anybody do what you did before.
Hypoxia is insidious. I was fine and in complete control until I wasn't. If that incident had not occurred in the altitude chamber and in the safety of the training environment, I would not have survived. Toxicity in your culture is like hypoxia. It's subtle and insidious until it becomes deadly. As a pilot recognizes his symptoms, you must recognize the characteristics of a toxic culture. Things like micromanaging supervisors, poor and ineffective communication, high employee turnover, unequal treatment, and unbalanced praise or punishment. Just as the subtle way your body begins to deteriorate due to a lack of oxygen, your staff will decay over phrases like, change takes time, or it's one of our priorities, or when a concern is addressed to leadership and the response is, I hear you. The only way to combat hypoxia is to get supplemental oxygen on immediately. Similarly, a toxic culture must be addressed directly and promptly. Instant action is how leaders address problems. Passive leaders believe that time fixes issues. Action is the required first step. Sometimes you might need help, as I did in the altitude chamber demonstration. Asking for help doesn't imply you have a toxic culture. Asking for help means you are proactive in maintaining a positive environment. Compass leadership exists to aid organizations and individuals to find smooth skies so that your mission is propelled by an attractive and unifying culture. Give us the privilege of serving you and your team. When you make your staff and culture the priority, your mission and customers are the beneficiaries. I'm Scott Wiggins with Compass Leadership.